So a massive big hello to every single one of you out there watching from Camp Bestival. I hope you're in a tent, even if it is in your garden or your living room. I'm all for that. My name is Gavin Oattes, and it is a pleasure to be able to read a short story for you all. Now, I hope you love stories. I hope you love stories about real heroes, but especially I hope you love silly stories. Now, this is a very silly story, and you might have guessed that already by the name of my book. It's called Pumpy Bee. Now, a wee heads up, there's going to be a lot of silly noises happening in this book. Now, again, you might have guessed that because of the name Pumpy. Oh, excuse me. Now, grown-ups, you're allowed to join in. Wee kids, you need to make sure you bring the wind. As many great farting noises as you possibly can. The dads out there, we all know dads are naturals, but I have a secret for you, boys and girls. Come here, come here. It's the mums. It's the mums you have to look out for. Listen. See, that was your mum. Now, before we properly get started, just on a side note, it's wallpaper. I realise that will be a point of discussion for the grown-ups later on. Okay, I hope you're ready. So, this is Pumpy Bee, written by Gavin Oattes. Have you ever heard of a bee with no buzz? Well, meet Pumpy. Pumpy Bee, to give him his full name. He's a small bee, and unlike every other bee his age, he has no buzz. You see, his wings are not strong like the other bees. And as you might know, the bigger and stronger your wings, the bigger and stronger your buzz. All Pumpy ever wanted was to buzz like the others. But he can still fly. Oh yeah, he can absolutely still fly. He just uses slightly different means. Pump power. That's right. Pump power. He uses farts, trumps, guffs, and of course Tommy squeakers. You've probably got your own name for them. I'd love to hear some of them sometime. Now, it's hard to believe, but every time Pumpy farts, he flies, and off he goes. And if he keeps on pumping, then he keeps on flying. He's quite literally powered by pumps. And here's how he does it. He pulls in his elbows, he lifts one leg, and blast off. Off he goes. The bigger and louder the pump, the faster and further he flies. That's how it works, powered by pumps. Now one day, Pumpy was on his way to school, and as usual, the other bees were laughing at him as he pumped and trumped his way through the air. Sometimes the other bees could be cruel, and it made Pumpy sad. Now on this day, some of them were showing off. They were swooping down low, buzzing in between all the humans as they were going to work. And Pumpy knew that you're meant to stay as high as you can, because if you get too close to the humans, unfortunately sometimes they would swat you out the way. It could be with a rolled up magazine, a newspaper, or just the back of their hand. And all of a sudden, Buzz, the coolest bee of all, fell to the ground. No one could believe it. Buzz had been swatted. But Buzz was the fastest and strongest bee in the school. Buzz was hurt, and no one knew what to do. But with no hesitation, Pumpy pulled in his elbows. He lifted one leg and he forced out the biggest guff he possibly could, and off he went through the air, flying towards Buzz. He was heading straight for him. And even though Buzz was often nasty to Pumpy, Pumpy knew that he had to help. It was difficult to get close to Buzz. He was kind of lying on the pavement and there were humans coming and going everywhere. Pumpy landed on a bush. He watched carefully, planning and waiting to make his next move. You could tell that the other bees were worried. How would Pumpy rescue Buzz? Pumpy was so much smaller than Buzz. Buzz was such a big bee. And Buzz realised in this moment that one of his wings was broken. He knew he wouldn't be able to fly. He rolled over, and as he rolled over, he spotted Pumpy up in the bushes. "Don't worry," said Pumpy. "I'm going to help you." And Buzz smiled. Pumpy took his chance. He pulled in his elbows, lifted one leg, and he was heading straight for Buzz as fast as he possibly could. There was very little time. Pumpy knew there was a huge crowd of humans coming towards them. So he put one of his tiny arms under Buzz and one right round his front. He tried and tried to lift him, but Pumpy couldn't believe how heavy Buzz was. The other bees were beginning to cheer, "Pumpy, Pumpy, Pumpy." This was his moment to shine. A tired and scared Buzz turned and looked at Pumpy and said, "I'm so sorry for always being nasty to you." And Pumpy replied, "We don't have time for that, Buzz." Pumpy took a great big deep breath. He knew he had to muster up the biggest, most powerful fart of all time. And everything went into slow motion. And this, boys and girls, is where Pumpy needs you. So all of you, mums, dads, grandparents, aunts, uncles, all of you, up on your feet. Up you get. And I need everybody in the room at this moment to pull in their elbows. We're going to need everybody to do this. You have to bring the wind, remember. Elbows in. The humans were getting closer and closer to Pumpy and Buzz. He lifted one leg, right? Everyone lift your leg. All the other bees were covering their eyes. They were so worried at this point. "Now!" shouted Buzz. And off they flew. Kaboom! At incredible speed. Pumpy had produced a fart like never before, with a parp and a toot and a trump. Oh, he and Buzz flew through the air at the most incredible speed you've ever seen in your entire life. Everybody cheered. Why? Pumpy was a hero. A few weeks later, Buzz's wing was all fixed, and Pumpy was still the talk of the hive. A party was being thrown for Pumpy to celebrate his incredible act of bravery. They had all sorts of treats to eat. They had cake, fruit, and they even had ice cream. I love ice cream. And to drink, there was lemonade. Now, Pumpy had never had lemonade before. He took a great big gulp. "Wow," he said, that feels funny, and something strange was starting to happen. Pumpy's tummy was gurgling, but not like normal. This wasn't a fart. "What's happening?" he shouted. There's something weird going on. And he stood for a moment. Pumpy belched the loudest burp of all time and he shot all the way across the room once again, over the entire party, backwards. It turns out, as everybody fell about laughing, that Pumpy is also powered by burps. It just makes him go backwards this time. Everybody burst out laughing, and even Pumpy had found it funny. And do you know what happened when Pumpy laughed? Yep, you guessed it. Oh, and that is the end of Pumpy Bee. I hope you enjoyed the story, everybody out there. You make sure that you stay well, stay safe, stay at home, and keep bringing the wind.